How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Minecraft Evolution SMP server. My name, of course, is System Z, and today we are, of course, in downtown Evo. You guessed it, we are always here. But guys, I've actually made more progress than I think I have in a while on this place. If you didn't know, I do live streaming, and one of the things we've been working on during the live streams is the Central Park. And as you can see, we've actually made very good progress, and I actually fixed up Grian's Cliff quite a bit. So this area looks a little bit better, and I did so with his permission, of course, because a while back he did actually ask me to do it. So I finally did it. But today, guys, we are actually going to build the corner building that is supposed to be going here that leads over into the Pearl District, which has been much needed in my opinion, so that we can go ahead and move on and start working on the city skyline that's going to be over there, leading over into the palace, which I know you guys are excited for. I'm very excited as well. It's going to be super, super cool. So that is basically what we're doing today. I did see that somebody went ahead and did these here. Does anybody know who? If you do, please let me know down in the comments below. They do look good. I just wish they were pushed back a little bit, as they're a little bit out and in the way, just slightly. But I do like these quite a bit. These are very creative and much needed in the area. But yeah, guys, that is basically what we got going on today. If you do enjoy, make sure to leave a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and guys, let's get straight on into it. Alright, to do this, we are going to need a little bit of stone to kickstart this. Now, I want this one to be more framed in stone because it seems like this city has a weird pattern where you do one build that isn't stone, such as brick, for example, and then the next one is stone. Now, I'll be honest, I'm having some complications with this area, simply because if we take a look over there ever so slightly, you'll know that Grian has a very specific style over there, whereas over here, we've introduced a new style altogether with spruce wood. So, I don't know if I should keep doing that, or if I should just replicate what's already here to keep some sort of consistency. Now, obviously, the answer is to be unique and original, while still spinning that in, but I don't know. This is going to be a rather interesting episode. I really need your opinions overall, and we're still working on this design, so no worries. I'll probably just go ahead and finish it, to be honest, and I have decided not to blow up the Zico Tower, which I'm sure you all will be very happy about. But yeah, I do know that I do want it to be a stone base, just because I feel like it would work with the pattern at this point to have that over here. Now, I'm not going to follow the same exact pattern. We're going to kind of follow this style a little bit more. But we can at least go ahead and get started. So the first thing I need to do is get the size here, which I know that there's two of those. There's going to be this little, like, midline connection in between. This is actually going to be troublesome. I think what I'm going to do instead is move this one back by one, and then we'll start it fresh. I actually kind of like that better. So let's go ahead and start the wall. It'll be here. Now, I know that Grian actually did one wide walls. If we go over there and see it, you'll see it, but that's going to throw things off just a tad bit, unless, Alright, so I know that we're going to have a separator here, so I'm going to put one of these here, but the actual wall is going to start right here. I do know that I want it to be a stone base for this particular design, so we are going to do that, similar to what has been done over there. But, yeah, so let's go ahead and get started here by basically building it out. I know there's a 2-block gap in between the windows and the wall, so we're going to do that. Followed by the 3 window pieces, the 3 in between, 3 more window pieces, 2, and then the other wall. That's basically the size we're working with. Now we need to just kind of get the height in hand, which is kind of easy, because like I said, I am going to be following the same template that this one over here has. Now, to be honest, guys, this isn't going to be some spectacular build at all. Like, I really don't want this to just be the main thing. It just needs to be a filler, actually. Like, in complete honesty, this is just going to be a filler. So, we don't really have to go all out, but I do still want it to look good at the very least. So, what we're going to do first is get this bottom frame figured out, and then I'm going to do a couple more decorations. Probably go ahead and do all the height as well. And then we are all going to pick together what color this build should be. As for the separators, I'm probably not going to do this same style, just because that would look really weird being right beside each other. But I'll probably do what Grian has done and just do simple slabs, or at least something similar. So that should be relatively easy overall. But now I know that I want this to be stone. I am going to do the bottom like that, though, because I feel like that's a good design to use. So we're going to do that there. We also need to go ahead and start figuring out whether or not we are going to do Another stone, probably not, because I think the window's supposed to start there. So we'll do that. Then there's the 3, then there's the gap. 3 again, boom, bada boom. We're making progress. You guys have never seen a build come together so quickly. Honestly, these are very easy to do. You just have to be willing to decorate and be very unique when doing so. There is an issue, though. This is interesting, because I feel like the window is supposed to start there. Ah, okay, I see what I've done. All right, anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get this all kind of laid out. We're going to go ahead and do everything, I think. It's going to be relatively simple overall. Like I said, I don't want it to be too flashy because this is not in any way, shape, or form supposed to be like a main building. There is no theme to it even. I think I'll allow people to move in if they want, but it's really not that important, honestly. But I'm just getting the overall shape here. So let me get these filled in, and we will continue from there. Crafting table to the rescue. I need to just add the smaller details now. I am going to do better windows than this. I'm going to decorate them in some way, but I'm just trying to lay it out for now, really. It doesn't have to be anything spectacular, but one of the things that I'm going to do to make this build a little bit more unique than anything that has been done is add an interesting detail to the side. So for example, instead of doing this where I'm alternating between that, which it looks like I forgot one, whoops, we are instead going to get some cobblestone stairs and just layer them in between each one, kind of alternating between these going up, and then as we go further up, they'll face upwards. So instead of them being up like that, it's going to be upside down on the top layers. That should actually balance it out a little bit better, but that'll add just a little bit of detail in between each one. And I do need to build a separator here. I just, again, don't really know what it'll be. It'll probably just be a log, to be honest, or something simple like clay. But, yeah, I might actually need to move it over, though. But if we go look at Grian's builds, this is what's confusing. His style is a little bit different from mine, so his building style is a little bit more unique. If we go over here, you'll see that the walls are actually a little different, although it does look like overall this one, for example, does start with a double wide. But the others are only separated by 1 in between, so that's my layer of confusion. So we'll have to figure out something with that. The problem is that they're different styles. I don't know what to put in between. We'll probably just do a log, though, like I said. It'll probably be the easiest thing, after all. But, yeah, we are actually going to do this, though, on the bottom. That's the only thing that's going to be similar to that. I just feel like it would carry it along really well if it were similar. So that'll be the one consistent thing that we have with this building to the other building. I may change it down the line, but for now, this will give us something to work with. It's just the structural base, it's the foundation, and it'll give us some inspiration for what we may want to do next. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and get this whole thing built, and we're going to, together, figure out what would look best in between the top 2 layers. Good news, everyone! I have finished the design for the corner building, and yeah, it's different. It is very different than what the rest of the buildings are used to. I will say this, guys, before I turn around. This is not the permanent design. I wanted to design it this way so that way I could get your opinions before we continue on with any other building in this area. So take what I'm about to show you with a grain of salt. So that is basically what I have done. I haven't done the actual corner piece. I've just introduced the cyan. Now, personally, I don't like it. I personally do not like it, but I thought it was worth trying and showing. Now, this is very lacking of. I would do definitely more if it were me. Like, I would definitely do more, and you can see I used a separator there. I still don't know how I feel about that. This whole thing seems very ill-prepared, in my opinion, but I did try and come up with a couple of designs, and this is ultimately where I wanted to go. Now, all of it, except for this centerpiece, I'm probably going to change that, is okay. I actually do like most of it. The cyan wool, I feel like could be changed. We'll play around with a couple of other designs today, but I feel like this is the first one, and the reason I wanted to show you guys this is because, simply put, there are no cyan or any wool buildings in downtown Evo. I feel like they're needed. They're very colorful, and if you go, you know, looking down a cool street, you might see a couple of very colorful buildings. But I don't know if they fit in this theme. So I need you guys to let me know what you think. If you like it, let me know. If you don't, let me know. But otherwise, we're going to change it to something else, and I would love your suggestions for that as well. And my apologies for doing it all off camera. You guys have seen this, though. You guys have literally seen me build this using this same exact format. I just wanted to go ahead and get it built so we could kind of play around with a couple of designs, and we will pick the design that we're going to go with on Tuesday's episode. But that is essentially the first. Now, to be honest, I don't even like the stone brick, or the stone at the bottom. I feel like it's a little bit too high. But if we look at other builds, they're about the same height. So ultimately, we really can't get away from that. Maybe it would be best to just not have any of it anything. Maybe we just do it all stone. Let me know. But I tell you what I would like to try first is brick. I think I'm going to copy this template using sandstone on the sides and then do brick, and we'll see what that looks like, because ultimately that might look better. I just wanted to give this one a shot, but guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. And for the second design, we have my personal favorite, brick. And you know what? This is where I'm going to stop it, because ultimately there's two routes we could go here. We can either do brick to carry on the style that is, carried on throughout the entire place, or we can introduce a new color scheme. Now, I've also done a couple things. I changed the stone slab to be more of a stone brick. Still don't know how I feel about that. Please let me know if you have any suggestions for how I can divide these buildings. But ultimately, I am pretty happy with this. And I'm not going to finish the building today because I really want to hear your opinions, to which we will then finish in the next episode. But I ultimately don't know where to go with the buildings of Downtown Evo because Grian really set in stone the palette that he wants to use over there. However, this is kind of my area in a sense, and I want to have my own little take on it. And I want to add more color and more style, but in this version of Minecraft, in this era that we're trying to replicate here with this this project, I don't really know if, cyan wool would fit or if other wool colors would fit. So I really need your opinions here, but we've also done a couple of other things. I've gone ahead and added a door here, which kind of has that San Francisco vibe to it. I think Grian also did that in other portions of the town. I think it looks good. I think it's a little bit more unique to what we have here and just kind of makes it look a little bit more residential, because after all, that is what I want this to be, a residential building. So yeah, now the plan is to wrap it around making this Pearl District, and she can do with that what she wants. From there, we're going to do more builds over there, but this is kind of the last one in this section of Downtown Evo that I'm going to do anyways, and hopefully it turns out good. Hopefully you guys like it overall. I mean, it really is the same building. It's just a different, set of detail, but I just need to know what you guys think we should use for the center two there, or even change the bottom layer. Let me know. But that is going to do it for today, guys. Sorry for not having a really packed episode of fun stuff. I just really got to get this done because I want to move on to the palace. And it is super exciting because it's going to be super cool. We're going to build it over here, and my vision for it is getting better and better every day. I do also want to say, guys, this is kind of a self-promotion, but I got some really cool content coming as well as really cool projects, so it'd be really cool if you could subscribe if you enjoy the content. That way you don't miss it. Guys, before we end today's episode, I do want to say Grian, I believe it was Grian, has noticed that I changed the Z on the bank, or museum, or whatever in the world this is. Sheep factory is what I'll call it. He changed it back to a G, which, to his credit, makes sense. Do you think we should change it back to a Z? Do you think we should keep trolling him, or should we change it to something else and blame it on someone else? Maybe like a P for property police or something. So that way, he keeps going to different people about it. I don't know. That could be pretty funny. After all, pranks are why I'm alive in the first place. But guys, I do want to say, I think what I'm going to be doing over the next couple of days is building out the structures for the city skyline over there, just because it is very repetitive at this point, seeing me do the same stuff over and over and over again. So hopefully you guys will be okay with seeing that, but hopefully we can do a couple of cool things that I can showcase in the videos. That, and then we're also going to be getting the park done. There's just a lot of progress that is about to be made. Overall, Downtown Evo is really filling up. And honestly, I don't know where to stop with it because it's just such a lively project. And really, I think my long-term goal is to be able to look down here and just see a bunch of buildings over there, as well as a little palace kind of in the corner. All that cool stuff. Just knowing that this will be done is pretty much all I'm looking for. From there, I might add to it here and there, but really I feel like my job will have been done. But guys, let me know again what you think of this here, as well as what you think of the cliff, because honestly, it is one of my favorite landscape designs ever. It is so clean compared to this one over here. Now, I did both of them, let that be clear. Grian did some of this though, and I kind of conformed to the shape that he had, and I think it looks very good. Let me know if you'd like a video on landscaping, by the way, because I'd happily do it. But guys, that is going to do it for today. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and guys, that is going to do it for today. I hope you did enjoy. My name has been System Z. You guys have been awesome, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.